Hey everybody, here we are for another roll reveal. This one is number 751, 1955S original machine wrapped roll. I got it right here in this tube, getting ready to pull it out and get it opened up, and we'll go through it. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, I'm working on rolls today. I don't know who else is, but I got some original stuff to open up here. Some goodies for ya. Always to make sure everybody's actually even here. Hello? Hey DC, what's up? I'm guessing the other guys aren't here. What's up, Adam? All right, here we go. Let me get this little guy open. Get the coin. Oh man, those are sparkly looking. I hope they're as pretty on the front and back as they are on the side. We may get some really high grade stuff out of here. Who knows? Let's find out. One way or the other. Let's hope for either RPM number 1, the busted head die crack chip break issue, or I call it the exploding die, or perhaps we might actually find something that we've never seen before. Who knows? Maybe high grade, really high grade stuff is possible. Let's get in just a little tighter, put it in better focus, get the lighting down a little more so we've got the right shadows on stuff. Okay, not seeing anything there yet. We'll be checking the reverse on the first 10 coins in the roll. Don't know of any double die reverses, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't look and at least give ourselves the opportunity of perhaps discovering something we don't yet know about. Nothing there. Hey, Stan. Good day to Stan. There's Sergeant First Class. Frank, how you guys doing? Mickey cleaned up last night. Well, that's good for Mickey. I was kind of hoping he would be able to come up here sometime in the near future. We've got some stuff to take care of. Oh, big old little die chip crack right there on the neck. How about that? Oddball stuff going on at Liberty, but it isn't anything to get all excited about. There's a nice little die chip crack starting under the W there on Wii. And nothing else exciting on the obverse on this one. It is a nice clean coin, though. I like the condition here. It's a nice little die chip on the left wheat. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. One of them's pretty big. Now see, it's not very late die state either, so these things weren't heated properly or something, because they tend to chip and break real easily in 1955. I mean, yeah, we've got some wear. We've also got a slightly weak strike, slightly. But the idea on these that you get all these breaks with such good detail left on the coin, meaning left on the die, so much good detail on the die. There's some coins here that could actually be graders. This one is a really nice coin right here. A greater means a 67 for 1955S. Don't send it in if it's a 6. It's not worth it. Let's see. What does Coins and Ghouls get? There's an RPM 5. Nice looking RPM 5 right there for Coins and Ghouls. That is our first nice variety of the day for Adam. Thank you. And congratulations to you. Well, we are not going to be looking at the reverse on that one because there's just not a need. Let me put my glasses on real quick. Give myself a better opportunity to be able to see the grade on these coins. That's a quite nice coin there. I don't know if I can really pick up the grade on this. The obverse has got some marks on it, but the reverse is really, really nice. Taco John. Let's see if we get Taco John up here. Yeah. Not seeing anything on the date. Nothing in around the eye. Nothing on A God We Trust. I've seen this die before. That mark right there is a mark on the die. That little double dot thing. This is the second one of those I've seen. So let me see if I can find something closer to the date. There we go. Some diagonal die scratches running through the 9. So we'll know what we're looking at next time we see one of those. I have seen the reverse on this one, on this particular die pair. Let's see, a 5, number 5. You talking about RPM 5, Adam? It's not uncommon. I don't know how common any RPM is when you consider the overall mintage. But you have to also think the 1955 was pretty heavily saved after it was minted, because people thought, and correctly, that it was the last wheat cent that would have an S mint mark. What they didn't know is that we would end up with other coins with S mint marks later on that would kind of take away the charm of having the S mint wheat. This is a really early dice date coin. Very nice coin here for Mark. The obverse is early dice date anyway. The reverse, it's pretty nice, but nothing real heavily special. All right, up to coin number 6, Tripwit. Let's see what Trip gets. Little tiny split lower serif. Okay, we've seen this die. It's got that little fold look under the W. So east and west die scratches through the date. Let me check this serif again real quick. Because if this actually is a split serif, I'd at least want to give it a good chance. Yeah, it's split down there. That's a decent RPM there. All right, I've run into one of these already. I've been through one of these already. So we have a second one here. It's actually not bad at all. Let's see if it has any doubling on the right-hand curve. Nope, not really. Nothing really on the upper serif either. We've got just a little separation on the left curve, but it's that serif down there that really gives it away. It's actually pretty nice doubled serif, even though you have to have your light at a special angle to see it. Well, let's see if we have anything else up here. I need to find that other coin and see if it's the same thing. So get my east and west die scratches through the date and down by the mint mark straight on this. And look through the others that I've got out so far. See, remember this and this and all that. I didn't see the RPM on that before. So, and this is not a double die. This is machine doubling that you see inside the bottoms of the U. Both of them on the top of the E of one. That is machine doubling, not a double die. So let me put Tripp's coin into the hold pile, and let me take a quick look through these others with my loupe and find who else's coin was like this one. There it is. It was Shiny Coin Guy. Coin number 2 was another one of those. And that was it. So we've run into 2 of those now. So here we go. Coin number 7 now. Sureg. Another RPM 5. This one for Sureg. All right. Plus, these are kind of, I mean, these coins are in kind of sexy condition. They're pretty nice. I mean, 65 is a very easy say on these. 66, very likely. 67, possible. Yeah, well, this one's not quite that, but you got the idea anyhow. This one is an RPM. You can see it on the left upper part of the mint mark. See what we have. Nothing for a lower serif, but you can see it right there on the upper left curve right here. You can see that separation on the outside edge of it. See if we have anything on the upper serif. Not really. This one may be a lister and it may not be. A little die break over by the L. So it's got an easy marker underlining the S right there. So I'll have to take a look and see if we have anything like that listed already. I might take a look at the reverse on this one. We haven't seen this die yet. I just want to make sure that we're not skipping by goodies. That's a very interesting set of marks on that die. Very interesting. Die scratch running through the T of United. Interesting. Interesting. So this one's for Carl. Let me flip it back over and take a look for a marker. Okay, there it is. Okay. Underlining S. That's our third different RPM for this roll. All right, next up is Mickey. Let me find the coin here. Okay, this one's going to be that lower split serif again. Or maybe not. No? How about no? Okay, this one's got a big heavy mark down below the S. You know, I was doing that because I had east and west die scratches through that 1 and 9, but it is not the same die. Yeah, no, we don't have that fold under the W. So this one is not a DDO or an RPM, but we can still take a good look at the reverse real quick. See what we have there. Anything of definite interest. No. Nothing there. Hey, Brian. I was actually thinking about you yesterday evening. I went down to the garage and pulled some 2020 D rolls. I wonder where those came from. Stan Horn. Stan Horn is next. Yeah, if you have more stuff you wanna get rid of, by all means, let me know about it. Okay, Stan Horn has an RPM here. So we have a diagonal die scratch coming down into the 1. Heavy one up above the 9 there. But nothing on the I. Nothing on In God We Trust. This one is likely going to be RPM 9. I do believe there's a decent chance this could be RPM 9. You can see a little tiny split on the upper serif right there. And then down here on the lower serif. I think it could be RPM 9. Yeah, Brian, give me a contact. If you've got other boxes you wanna sell, just let me know. Taco John. Taco John comes up next. Let's see what we have for Taco John. And I don't think this beats down the door for competition with anything we found already. Though it is a pretty nice looking bright red coin. This thing's got a lot of luster. Nice luster on these. A lot of 22D and 23D. I would be interested in a few boxes of each. By all means, why don't you send me an email? We'll talk about that. Nope, nothing there. Dirty Water, yeah, we've had a little bit of luck so far. We've got 4 different die varieties in the first 11 coins. Here's one for Paul Hampton. We've also got nice roll of coins going on here. Pretty nice roll of coins. Is this isn't that one. So no telling what we'll end up with here. I haven't seen this die before. Not during this hunt. It's entirely possible. I've probably seen half the different dies used on 55S throughout my time. I don't have them all memorized yet. All right, number 13, Eric Beyer this time around. And Eric Beyer. I'm not seeing anything here. Nope. Nothing there. We are on coin number 13, so I'm going to stop checking the reverses. Because there's nothing known on the reverse side of 1955S. And I give it a good reach each time I go through a 55S roll. But I don't want to waste time either. We've seen at least 6 or 7 different die pairs now. Richard. Let's see what we get for Richard. Okay. I don't see anything going on there. $830 in Ike's. I'm trying to be happy for you. I think you don't generally find any silver in Ike's, do you? I mean, because the Eisenhower dollar is an all-clad issue except for, 73 and Bicentennial 76 or something like that. Yeah, right? Oh, boy. I could find a lot better things to go blind on myself, but hey, it's up to you. Whatever you want to blind yourself with. Surprising number of different Ike varieties. Well, I suppose, I would hope anyway, there's enough examples of each to go around to all the Eisenhower collectors. All 15 of them. Nah, I'm ribbing you. I'm picking on you, Dirty Water. One for Sissy. Yep, nothing going on there. Got a secondary rim on this one. Interesting. A little slight misaligned die strike there. Rim's actually quite thin across the bottom, very thick on the top. Let's see what it looks like on the reverse. Should be real thin on the top and real thick on the bottom if it's off center. And not off center. Well, it could be very slightly. But I think it's just misaligned dies. Okay, if you guys hear my dog barking, he is asleep. He's growling. He's laying over there in my chair, passed out cold, growling. Alright, this is another RPM. Nice split lower serif, split upper serif. There's your split lower serif. Your split upper serif, you can see it there. And this one is definitely an RPM 9, I do believe. RPM 9 is known for having this, get it to the right angle so you can look at it, this die gouge, this angled die gouge above the L in Liberty. And so this is either RPM number 9 or a very confusing copycat. It is a very early die state coin, probably an EDS. We may need this one for photos, so don't be surprised if this becomes a plate coin. It's a very nice one. That one's for Carl. Just beautiful condition. These things. Beautiful. Taco John. Hey, there's Mickey. Good evening, everyone. Well, I guess, 4:15 in the afternoon can be evening to some. Especially Mickey, he gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's in bed before the sun sets, so I guess it is evening to him. Very interesting die issues going on with this. I've seen this particular die pair once before, at least once before. I've noticed it once before. Got nothing going on there. We got 1956D next and 1957D coming up after that. Try to get through these so we can get them all done in one day. All three of those, and then I'll have I believe I have 2 remaining after that. Check a reverse once in a while. Not because I have to, but because I can. Why? It's my show. Little weakness on America there. That is very common for the San Francisco Mint. All the way up until that very last year, they created coins with the wheat reverse. They didn't do anything in 57, 58, all the way up through about 65, I guess, is when they started striking regular coins at the San Francisco Mint. And then 68's the first year they actually put the mint mark back on them. Man, there's some early dice date stuff in here. Nice, nice. That doesn't have it, does it? No. Okay. I was thinking, man, that's not one of the coins I was looking for. What's up, JM? How's Mr. JM doing today? Here's one for Sissy. Another one back up for Sissy. And Sissy gets... Well, this looks like it could be... Let me see up here. No, it isn't what I thought it was. It's not a number 9, so it's not. This one isn't an RPM. I thought maybe it could be, but it's not. Very sharp-looking roll of coins here. Love this one. It's got some decent die varieties in it. A little bit of... this one had grease in the mint mark. It didn't strike it up very well. This is a little bit of a get back on the bad rolls that we've had lately, especially that 51D debacle that we ran through. I am going to be doing on Monday at the Roll Reveal Show. I have a 1953D roll that is going to go out to all of the people who have already gotten themselves into that 1951D roll that we just couldn't find a clean roll. I'm going to do a 53D roll and just give it to you guys because that was a mess. that was a mess. That was a hot mess. And I'm going to get rid of that hot mess in my brain about it and kind of clear my conscience and give you guys some good stuff. Hopefully, we'll find good RPMs in there or double dies or something to give everybody a wonderful, warm, fuzzy feeling about the coins they're getting. Because, it's not just about hunting. It's about finding. So, we're not in this just for the hunt, and I know that. If it was just for the hunt, well, we could never put food on the table and everything would be fine. But you guys, I would think, because the rolls just don't ever produce, wouldn't keep coming back over and over again. We got to have some production once in a while. Of course, it's not my fault one way or the other, but in rolls that aren't original wrapped rolls, anybody could have gone through them before I did. So I kind of doubt that happens, but it is entirely possible. Of course, the other thing that's entirely possible, we've seen this die. It's got that big mark below the S. The other thing that is entirely possible, of course, is that because fewer than 10% of all the coins that are minted are die varieties, then, there's some chance that... What Carl got? What did Carl get? Carl got what I believe is an RPM 9, I believe. Yeah, early dice state RPM 9 that I may end up holding over for photography. check a reverse once in a while just to make sure that you're still on the same planet and that everything is still exactly what you thought it would be. Wow, look at that die crack. Goes from the rim all the way up to about 2/3 of the way through the right wheat there. Interesting. Or as my brother would say, interesting. Absolutely, Eric. This isn't something that I could do with a straight face if I thought you guys weren't gaining anything out of it. I'm just not that kind of person. I'm waiting for the day when I win the lottery and get something huge so I can just start giving coins away to people I know, because that would happen. I was telling Sasso the other day that I should buy all of the sealed boxes of 1969S I can think of finding, if there's any out there, and open those rolls that have the other 69S double dies in them, you know, the ones that haven't been found yet. Wow, would you look at how sharp that is? Man, that is a beautiful sharp coin. Okay, it's got that gouge on it that I said was number 9 before. Or I thought it was number 9. Yeah, it's got that split serif. So this matches Carl's coin. And this one's for coins and ghouls. Try it, Dan. Buy as many as you can find, build a fort, and then very slowly disassemble that fort until you're gone. And when you're gone, they'll have to find it. Oh, nice. There we go. That's what we're wanting. That's a scarce one, folks. That's number 10. That's RPM number 10. You got a little split in the lower serif, but that heavy die gouge, that sword that runs through the S, that is an irreplaceable die marker that tells you you got what you got. Let me bring that up to just to be sure. I want to make certain because I don't really see it on this. Hey, get my keyboard out. Yep, definitely one of them. Absolutely no question. There's the coin you can see right now, and here is what 55S number 1 or number 10 looks like. So we've definitely got it. We can check for that die scratch on the O there too. But the mem mark itself, it just has a little border on the outside edge, on the outside left edge. And it's not real visible on this one because of the strike. But there's our mark on the O. So it's definitely the right die. 1955S 1mm number 10. Scarce to rare. Almost as much as the number 1, but it's not anywhere near as visible. So, but that's for Sreg. I always like running into those because I think I've only found about a dozen of those ever, which means they are kind of scarce. Scarce to rare, I would say. I don't see anything happening here. But man, if we were going to dig down into the micro levels of this, just because we've got a really, really nice coin, we do have what is technically a very minor little RPM. But I am not going to pick this out. But you can see right there in front of the S serif, you can see another little body of a serif starting up there. It's a really light punch bounce that created a tiny, tiny bit of an RPM there. But I don't think that's going to be anything we can actually count for much of anything. Let me, I've got one to look at, I think number 14, to see if that could be the same. No, it's not a number 14. Number 14 is a little nicer. This is what number 14 looks like. It's got a nice little thing coming out of it. I don't know how I do this, and I can't remember to take the trash out on Thursdays, but it is what it is, right? You're going to remember what you remember regardless of what you think you should be able to remember. But anyhow, that is too close. Let me back up a little bit. 52D number 15. Relatively scarce. There's not a lot of them out there. Nice BU coins should sell for $30 to $50. I remember that you sent me a message and told me that you'd found a bunch of them in a roll. I think 5 or 6 of them in a roll. And I forgot to reply. Sometimes what I do is sometimes I'll be sitting on the couch or sitting at dinner and in bed or whatever, just kind of looking at things. And I hate typing on a phone. So I'll see something and I'll remind myself, hey, when you get back to the computer, you need to do something about this or respond to this email or respond to this message. Hey, look at that. Damn wow, Pop Shiny Coin Guy gets himself a scarce one. Unfortunately, the RPM itself doesn't show very well on this, but you definitely got the marker. Definitely got the marker. So, a scarce one shows up in this roll. A scarce one that a lot of people don't realize is anywhere near as scarce as it actually is. A lot tougher to find than people might think. This is another one of those that has that little tiny nub on the front of the S. We're not going to be able to count that for much anything because, well, if it's difficult enough to photograph in a bright BU coin that's early die state, you're not going to see it when it's circulated or lower condition or a later die state. And that's kind of one of the things that we need to stick with in our effort to spread the news about all the different die varieties to people, is to stick with things that we think people are going to be able to actually see. And I don't want to relegate anybody's hunting to specifically MS66 plus rolls that are bright and shiny without flaws. So we can't do that. Here's number 36. This one goes to Shiny again. Let's see what Shiny gets in this one. Well, I guess he got his opportunity last time around. This is the same die we just pulled. Got nothing on it. And now, number 37. 37 goes to Sissy. Let's see if we can't find anything for Sissy here. Kind of excited to get into our next roll. This one is another number 9, I do believe. Yep, you can see that split in the lower serif. Not easy to see, but it's going to have that gouge above the L. And I do believe this is number 9. Let's go look it up while we've got it out. Let me go back to this page and go down here to number 9. Oh, it may not be number 9. We've got the gouge there. Let me see if I've got that die scratch next to the 1 in the date. Well, I do. So, yep, now I've got that heavy die scratch above the 9 up there. You can see that. Let me slide my picture back in place. You see that? I mean, that's the exact same thing. That is RPM 9, but I'm not seeing the mint mark as it's shown on the website. There's the RPM. No, number 9 is not quite as scarce. Number 10 is the one that's scarce. And, okay, I can see the thing on the top. I can see the split in the center, but I can't see the separation that should be right up here, and that's probably because it's not a real heavy strike and it's an early die state. It's definitely a much, much earlier die state than what you see in the photograph here. Let's see if we do have EDS photos. This is still later than what we've got. Yeah, this coin that is in the photos here is still quite a bit later than the photos that we have, or the actual coin that we have sitting in front of us. This one does not show the gouge above the L in Liberty, odd enough. But, so, okay. You have stages B, C, D, E, and F for number 9. Well, this would be a stage A, I'm pretty sure. Because this is a really early coin for that die pair. This one goes to Sissy. That makes the 3rd or 4th one I've seen so far in this roll. Let's see, number 38 goes to Dan McCumber. And Mr. Dan gets... well, this one, I believe, going to be a normal coin. Yeah, don't see anything else special on this. Let's see, number 39, back to Mark. It's got a little bit of a gouge, but it's on the wrong side there. Don't see anything going on here. Nope, normal coin. Try number 40. This one's for Roger. Roger. This one's different from that last coin, but it is no better, actually. Another normal one. That is not dirt. That's actually a shiny spot because it was struck through some stuff that was sitting on the die. It's just kind of a little bit of pitting in the surface of the coin. But that's what a struck through grease coin generally looks like. Had a little bit of grease and grime and dirt and other stuff stuck on the die. Ant, are you talking to me about a Whatnot message? I don't use Whatnot, so I haven't been on Whatnot in probably 6 months or more. Not a good place to try to reach me. Oh, Coins and Ghouls, okay. I'm seeing what looks like could be an upper serif RPM. Could be. I'm going to have to go with no on that. That was for Stan. Now we're on coin number 42. As soon as I get done with this, I'm going to go through the prep features to get myself ready for the next reveal. This one is for Ant right here. Got nothing. Nada. Well, we've got that gouge that I have on number 9. Is this a number 9? No, it isn't a number 9. It's definitely not number 9. that a gouge or a shadow? It's a shadow. That's a little hair. A little fiber sitting on the coin. Wrong mint, Frank. These are 55S. That die doesn't belong to the S mint mark. Ooh, there we go. There's a number 10 for Carl. Wait a minute, is that my second number 10 for Carl? No, Sir Egg and Shiny are the other two people that got those. That's a nice coin right there. It's a pretty one. RPM 10. I knew once in a while, you get a hold of a 1955S roll that really produces and does pretty well for you. This is one of those rolls. Here's one for Paul Hampton. What does Paul get? And for Paul, I see nothing. Not so much. Coin number 45 now. This one goes back to Adam. Let's see what Adam gets now. And I see nothing here. Huh. That's probably a die scratch, but it sure looks interesting. Nah, it's just a die scratch. Sure looked for a second like it could be something. Yeah. Bummer. Coin 46. Ant again. No dice. No dice. Well, Dan McCumber, big old drum roll. Let's see what we get for Dan. Well, it's number 9. It's RPM number 9, early die state. Man, that's probably the earliest one. These would be the earliest ones I've ever seen. So there is another nice RPM. 48 for Stan. Let's see what we get for Stan. That is another RPM right there. That's a pretty nice one. It's got that... it's got doubling in the upper serif and the upper curve and on the lower serif. It's not number 9, but it does have nice gouge running through the L area. This one I haven't seen in this roll, so we could have more that just didn't show up right. But that's definitely an RPM right there. We'll take it. No complaints. Paul Hampton up again here. And nothing. We'll scrape on the back of the head. But nothing. Last coin, Taco John. And Taco John gets one that's got some toning, some end roll toning on it. Let's see if we can figure out if it's anything just by looking around on the coin. It looks like nothing. And it is nothing. unfortunately. So that's what we've got for this roll. Well, how about that? Let's run through the numbers, and well, actually, I'll just flip them over and show you the names. This is going to be a conglomerate bunch because I'm just stacking all the varieties together. But here are all the folks who got varieties in this roll. We've got Sureg. There's Shiny. Hang on a second. Let me throw my mic over there. Carl. Stan. Carl again. Coins and Ghouls. Sissy. Dan. Carl again. Shiny. Trip. Coins and Ghouls. Sureg. And Stan. Looks like Carl wiped up on this one. All right, folks. I will be back in just a few minutes to get started on the next reveal. Go out in the lobby, take a look for reveal number 752, and go in there and have a little chat and a seat, and I'll be there in just a few minutes. See you then.